Uh, we are going to examine the insulations in foundations. Foundations of a building should be insulated against water, humidity, and heat transfer by choosing different kinds of insulation products according to the type of foundation and soil conditions. Let's start with this type of foundations. All the components in the foundations, footings, tie beams, foundation columns, and grate beams of skeleton frame buildings without a basement should be prepared using concrete with waterproofing admixture in order to protect these components. It's not rational to prefer waterproofing membranes due to dowels and the excess of the surface to be covered. So we are going to put waterproofing admixture in every reinforced concrete or concrete component, such as this slab-on-grade concrete cover. If the floor at the ground level is designed as slab-on-grade with waterproofing admixtures, the joint line between the concrete slab on the grade and the reinforced concrete tie beams, shear walls, grade beams should be protected against water leakage. Plastic water stop profiles and bitumen mortar can be placed along all the joint lines. So here we have a waterproofing admixture reinforced concrete grade beam. Here also the same, and we have slab-on-grade concrete with waterproofing admixture, but through this joint there can be a water leakage, so we need to protect this joint through all the connection lines here with using this plastic water stop, and through this red lines we need to place a plastic water stop. This plastic water stop has two sides, two wings. One of them should be placed inside the grade beam and the other should be placed inside the slab-on-grade. And for the second precaution we need to put bitumen mortar or over again this joint lines over the plastic water stop. Also heat insulation should be managed to prevent heat losses in the ground floor level. The components of foundations should be insulated against heat transfer to the level of the frost line. As we discussed before, this thick soil through the frost line becomes a heat insulation, and after this frost line the heat doesn't change, so we need to protect these parts of the foundation over the footings. For this one we need to choose a proper heat insulation product because it's a humid and maybe wet environment. It's not logical to prefer a glass wool or rock wool heat insulation product because they absorb water. For this we need to we can prefer an expanded polystyrene or extruded polystyrene is better with a minimum water absorption panel. We don't have to be afraid of the fire because all these components will be buried in wet soil, or we can prefer this glass foam with zero water absorption. These are the different options that we can have. Also, you need to cover this line here through the heat transfer. And for this type of foundation, we need to put waterproofing admixture in the mixture of the reinforced concrete slab and grade beams and all the other components. Also, we need to cover these parts here with heat insulation product, which can be again XPS, extruded polystyrene foam board. Also, we need to get rid of this humid air here by opening some windows, some small windows, and let the natural ventilation take away the humid air there. But we need to cover these small windows against small animals or insects.